A very good morning to all. Today I am going to talk about the excretory system or renal system in Pilar globosa. The excretory system of Pilar consists of a single richly vascular kidney or renal organ, which you can see at the extreme right side of your screen in a diagrammatic form. See, the renal organ seems to be lying inside a cavity which is known as branchial cavity. This is the cavity which is known as branchial cavity, and the renal organ or kidney lies in that, and it is seen adjacent to the pericardium. See, this is the pericardium. Pericardium is the cavity which encloses the heart of the organism. So the renal organ is adjacent to pericardium and it lies inside the branchial chamber or branchial cavity. And look at the renal organ or kidney. It is bilocular in structure. What does that mean? Bilocular means it contains two chambers. A small anterior renal chamber and a large posterior renal chamber. See? So, the renal organ or kidney is bilocular. That means it is two-chambered. There is a anterior renal chamber at the right side of the organism and a posterior large renal chamber in the left side of the organism. And both of these chambers are interconnected. If you are looking at this image, see, the anterior chamber and posterior chamber is interconnected. Here you can see the connection between anterior renal chamber and posterior renal chamber. And we will look into detail of each renal chamber. First, let us discuss about the anterior renal chamber. This is the anterior renal chamber in its ventral view. So I am marking that. This is the anterior renal chamber, and anterior renal chamber is an oval sac. See the shape of the renal chamber. It is oval in shape, lying in front of pericardium. So it is lying in front of pericardium, and it contains a opening. I'll mark that. This is that opening, and this opening is to the branchial chamber. So that is an exit opening from the anterior renal chamber. So anterior renal chamber opens to the branchial chamber through a opening which is known as renal pore or excretory pore. Only through this renal pore or excretory pore, the excretory fluid is expelling outside from the organism. And if you are looking very carefully into the anterior renal chamber, you could find so many lamellae, and we can call this lamellae as renal lamellae. And renal lamellae is arranged like bipectinate shape, and it is arranged in a different orientation. You could see another structure here. This is the structure from which the renal lamellae originates laterally, and this is afferent renal sinus. So afferent renal sinus is acting as a central axis from which the renal lamellae is emerging out laterally, and this is the condition of the ventral side. If you are looking at the dorsal side, this is a dorsal image, but it was not clearly represented. And if in the condition of dorsal side, efferent renal sinus will be acting as the axis from which the renal lamellae originate. Okay, so this renal lamellae increases the surface area of the anterior renal chamber. And now if we are looking at the posterior renal chamber, look at this shape. It is a hook-shaped structure and larger structure, and it opens to the pericardium. See, there is an opening to the pericardium, and that opening is known as renopericardial aperture. So the renopericardial aperture is the opening between posterior renal chamber and also pericardium. So that is the structure of the renal organ. So renal organ is a bilocular structure. That means it contains two chambers, one anterior chamber and one posterior chamber. Anterior chamber is smaller one, and that small anterior chamber is ovoid in shape and contains so many renal lamellae or leaflets arranged in a central axis, which is known as afferent renal sinus in case of ventral side, and efferent renal sinus in case of dorsal side. And the anterior renal chamber opens to outside through an opening which is known as renal pore, and it also opens into posterior renal chamber through an opening. It doesn't have any particular name. And the posterior renal chamber is a hook-shaped structure which is very large, and it opens to the pericardium nearby through an opening which is known as renopericardial aperture, that we have discussed, renopericardial aperture. So that is all about the excretory system which is seen in pilar globosa. So through this excretory system, it will eliminate the nitrogenous waste products. So it is having two modes of nitrogenous elimination. Like in water, it eliminates ammonia, and if it is in land, it eliminates uric acid. So what is the difference? When it is in the watery medium, it can eliminate the waste products or nitrogenous waste which are water soluble. So it doesn't need to conserve water when it is in water. And if it is in land, it need to conserve water, so that it cannot eliminate nitrogenous waste products in the form of ammonia. Instead, they will eliminate nitrogenous waste in the form of uric acid. So in land, it is uricotelic, and in water, it is ammonotelic. Okay, so that difference you have to keep in your mind. When in water, it will be ammonotelic in nature, and when in land, it will be uricotelic in nature, because to conserve the water. The process of excretion is by simple diffusion. The circulatory blood in the kidney, waste products are diffusing into the lumen of the kidney, and that waste products accumulate in the excretory fluid, and later on that excretory fluid is expelled through the renal pore to the branchial chamber, and that way the excretion can be performed in pilar. So basically, as I told you earlier, like two nitrogenous waste materials are there, ammonia and uric acid. And ammonia can be expelled when it is in water, and uric acid can be expelled when it is in land. But what happens when it is performing the aestivation? So when it is performing the aestivation or a dry condition, the large amount of uric acid in kidney seems to be accumulating. So uric acid will be the nitrogenous waste during the aestivation process. And apart from that of the renal organ or kidney, the hepatopancreas also perform a minor role in excretion, because the hepatopancreas also have some kind of specialized cells which can absorb and store waste products. And when fully loaded with waste products, they detach themselves from the hepatopancreas and pass to the alimentary canal to expel out from the body of an organism. So, hepatopancreas also plays a minor role in the excretion through specialized kind of cells. That also you have to remember. So, that is all about the excretory system or the renal system.